Take a moment, please, sir. You spoke about our thrust for autonomy tonight. If you have that autonomy, would you have rejected the radar and the military place?
As the chief secretary
You would have?
and the political
Yes, I would have.
Chief, excuse, why would you have rejected it, sir?
Because at the end of the day, governance must be about what the people of Tobago want. And I've always represented the views of Tobago.
So is that the people of Tobago don't want it?
Well, I can't say that for sure. We don't have any scientific data. We don't have any scientific data on it.
Do you think it would? Sorry, sir.
But on the face of it, but on the face of it, we have to operate from the framework where Tobago.
Remember, tomorrow is nomination day.
Where Tobago remains a place that Tobago and Tobagonians make those decisions.
If you get that autonomy, would you get rid of the radar?
If I have the autonomy, many things wouldn't happen the way it happened.
You're worried it will harm tourism on the island?
No, I'm not.
Did they tell you what the capabilities of the radar are? Can it detect land and marine activity?
Please direct your questions to the National Security Council and the head of the National Security Council.
I need to know again if you think that central government may have put you at a little disadvantage here by making those decisions on behalf of Tobago, given the THA elections coming up.
I am not viewing anything in the light of THA elections. The central government for the last 45 years of the THA, existence of the modern THA has always put the people of Tobago at disadvantage. I spoke tonight about some examples of how we are at a disadvantage and the things that Tobago truly want, we don't get, they don't become priorities. Our priorities are almost always set at Port of Spain and we are forced to follow. That has always been the history of this thing. And I've said before, while I respect the Prime Minister's ability in law to make these decisions, and unfortunately I don't have a say in these decisions, I am saying that new legislation for autonomy for Tobago must include a Tobago House of Assembly that must be concurred with, for which there must be concurrence on all of these matters, including national security and international relations. I spoke about that 2 nights ago. I spoke about it in the past. I've said it in many varying ways, and I don't know how to say it again. And so this election has to be about a party who will actually push for legislation that will give us that. As a matter of fact, go and check the last THA bill, the 2 bills that were brought by the PNM, I think last year before the House. None of them would have given Tobago any rights or any say on any matter with national security or international relations. So the issue with the radar would still have happened. The issue with it happening without consultation or happening without Tobagonians having a say in it would still have occurred, because those bills were horrible bills. And I'm happy the PNM is finally seeing that which they were trying to get Tobagonians to accept as bills were really stupid bills and did not really give Tobago the autonomy that Tobago should get.
How soon do you want that referendum in the new year?
Well, I will want this by at least the middle of the new calendar year, because I think we have been going at this for the longest while. One party have some opinion, the next one have some opinion, some individuals have some opinion. We have had different versions of bills. We had a Kamala bill, we had a Orville bill, we had a Rowley bill. We had several white papers and proposals. The key now is to really just ask people of Tobago what they want. Some very simple questions, especially on the controversial issues, about what sort of autonomy that we want, and have people just vote on it. And as I said tonight, we have that in our proposal. We are going to push for the government to change the laws, because currently our laws don't recognize referendum as a tool for measuring how people feel in this democracy. And if the central government is unwilling to include that as a tool, we are willing to have one as a THA, knowing that it will be non-binding, because it won't have the weight of legality behind it or laws behind it, but it will certainly give the people of Tobago and the leadership of Tobago an accurate measurement of what the people really want out of the autonomy arrangements.
Yeah, and you have a long day tomorrow. Just finally, your thoughts on President Trump's announcement of a blockade around Venezuela. I just want to get your thoughts on that.
Well, as I've said before, Tobago as a small island finds itself in a place where we have little to no influence, well, not little, no influence over what America does and how they do it, and no influence over Venezuela and what they do and how they do it. And as I said in Goodwood, anything that happens in this space, this hemisphere, will invariably impact all islands in the region. It will impact all of us. The US deciding to have a blockade. I don't know that having an opinion that will stop the US from doing it. And that's another part of the coin that people are not looking at. With all those who have loud and opposing views to what Trump is doing, does Trinidad and Tobago really have the power to tell Trump or stop Trump from doing what he wants to do? And so key for us is to protect our sovereignty, ensure that we are not a part of it, that we are saying our soil, our waters should not be used to launch any attack against anybody. I've also said clearly that I'm not supporting any war. We are not supporting any war anywhere. But really and truly, if America has a blockade against Venezuela, I don't know that there's anything Tobago or Trinidad can do to stop Trump from.
Do you think that's what happened? You think America would have imposed its will on central government in Trinidad and Tobago?
I can't say, because again, a chief secretary is never there in the room when they're having those discussions. When the former prime minister was signing off on the latest arrangements for sharing of arms and sharing of intelligence and so on, we were never in the conversation. We weren't in the conversation. Nobody consulted us. Nobody asked us our opinion. In fact, I don't even know what's in it, if it is even made public, for that matter. And so we are always at a point where we're just never there, and then we just have to live with the consequences one way or the other.
Tobago is still minding its business. That's its foreign policy.
Tobago is still minding its business and taking a position of neutrality.
You think people will see it that way? There's a military radar here, US military aircraft coming here. You think people will still see it as Tobago minding its business?
One thing that is very clear and among Tobagonians is that, notwithstanding not having the autonomy, we pride ourselves in standing up for ourselves, being different if we have to be different, and notwithstanding the decisions of central government, basically carving our own course and making our own decisions. It's just what we do, what we have always done.
I appreciate it, Chief Sec.
No problem.
All the best tomorrow.